Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you as well as a Union read from yesterday. We're going to do the Twin Flame read first. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Let it out slowly. So again, we have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read right in front of you. We're going to do that first, and then I'm going to do the Union read from yesterday for you second. And I'll show you the pictures of those as well. The day today is May 18th, 2020. So of course the 18 is the moon. And the day adds up to 27/9. The 27 is the Ace of Wands. So that new passion, new creativity, and the moon of that shadowy subconscious energy. Things that are not quite clear. The Ace of Wands and the moon. And from Wiktionary, the words of the day were EKE, which is an addition stand or support for a beehive. It's also augment, to increase, lengthen. And then the foreign word of the day I really loved because it was HA, H-A, which I always talk to you about because that's 81, the 8 and the 1 of the end of karma, the age in which you can basically decide which way you want to go. But Ha also came up being defined as I eat, I gnaw, I consume, I wear out, I capture. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck. For those of you not familiar with my read, this is a 7-deck read for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames, so it affects the masculine within the feminine as well. It is a general read, so if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. There's a lot of energy out here, so there's a lot of specific reads for certain people and a lot of general reads as well. So there will be something that fits you, if not today, for sure tomorrow. But again, don't force it to fit your situation if you're not resonating with something. Yeah, the 7 decks, we have the SIRIAN Starseed deck as the main deck, the big cards, and then we have the Mini Rider Waite, we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Romance Angels, the Numerology deck, the Universal Golden Tarot, and the Gilded Tarot. Okay, so SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 944, which is the Hermit, and 44. 44 is the Four of Cups, the grounding, integrating, mastering of receival, especially of love. And we finished the read here at 10:08 to 9, which is 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and then 8 and 9 is the Strength and Hermit cards. So a lot of strength and going within. And between those two, at 9:58 and 58 being the Four of Swords, that 5D connection between the masculine and feminine, as well as taking a break, resting, praying, meditating. A truck passed by. I didn't see the truck, but I heard it go south. And it sounded so weird, like it was not of this world. Okay, so there's definitely that energy, and that energy of not being of this world came up again today after I did this read. So finishing this read at 10:08 to 10:09, the major arcana within this read are the Wheel of Fortune and the Guidance card, which is like the Hierophant. And then after the read, because I always pull a few cards on either sides of the read, is the Shadow, which is the Devil, and Tower cards both came up after the fact. We had 3 Cups, 2 Pentacles, 3 Swords, and the Court cards were Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, and Page of Pentacles. So 2 Knights, a King, and a Page, so seems to be very masculine energy. And we had double 6s, double 9s, in a lesser sense, double 1s in the numbers, and the code line was all about self-love. And the number 6 came up on the code line alone, which is the lovers, but also love, family, and community. So we had 323, which can be the Empress, 2 Empresses and a High Priestess, but also can be 32 of the Journey and the Empress, and then the Empress and 23, which is the King of Wands. 66 is the Queen of Pentacles, 99 is a whole lot of compassion, 2 is the High Priestess, 26 is the Page of Wands, 69 is the Ace of Pentacles, and 11 is Justice. And in a lesser sense, these numbers came up. Number 12, the Hangman, 16, the Tower, 23, the King of Wands, 345, which came up yesterday, I believe it was, but it's also 3D, 45D, that sequence. 56 of the Two of Swords, 68 of the Page of Pentacles, which is big in this read today, and 89, which is the reflection of 98, which is the human temperature. So the either heating up or the coldness of the human. Okay, so the code line was all about self-love. And I'm going to go right into the message here because it wasn't the way the codes usually come out. There's a whole long description here of what the message is. So I'm going to go right into that. There were several acronyms that are coming into play here, a few in which had a common thread of the number 4, which is the Emperor, and a few that also had the common thread of water, which comes up in a lot of definitions. So here we go. This is all about the Emperor, or the Divine Masculine, as the foe to himself. The Emperor being an island unto himself, and the moat, right, the moat around his castle is the water around the island surrounding him. The water that is dangerous, it's under, below you, and in front of you. The brother, the cousin, the rival, the Satan, the foreboding madman, through which you must peel back the layers. The habitually crabby, or foot tripping you up. The I, his father, and pain, fear, surprise of what you see. Ouch! The constant hole that you have, the opening, the lid, the tip that comes, the holding back, or garlic. No way, I'm high, tall, penis, seed, that he, the three-toed sloth, is us, we, friend, but we're exclusive, not you, having sexual intercourse or copulation. And then a show of power, the nickel, that how much power can a nickel have? This is the nephew, which is equal to the servant girl here, the coconut tree, and the sun in the sky. Now and never all in one. You, we, they, ourselves, us, and I, neither nor or some, not even, is, number 9 and number 2, compassion, intuition, and being present in the moment, the show of power, or you. So the Emperor in the castle, the island unto himself, the moat around him, his buffer, the water, a part of him he doesn't see, the rival brother, the madman cousin, who peel back his layers to reveal him to what he will be. The guide dance, the master of orbs, the logical man, the lovers, the 6, the Sophia 9, the rear but behind, a touchdown, a cricket's play, a jump, a leap, a small beer at 6 shillings a piece. And then self-love comes up for the masculine, and the game of cricket. And this was from Quora.com. Cricket is the bat and ball game of 2 teams of 11 each. The numbers 2 and 11 come up here, you notice. At the center of an oval field, a 22-yard long rectangle pitch width called wicket, a set of 3 wooden stumps upon which 2 baits sit. Play innings until 10 of 11 are out of reach, or the balls reach their limit. The Emperor's foe is the moat, or the water around him, saying, there, take that. The connections to the outside world, the friends, relatives, people at work, those you are willing to have sex with, get close to, that may hurt you and please you all at once. And the show of power of those who serve you, the nephew, the servant girl, the coconut tree, and the sun, because they feed you what you need, not what you want, those that serve your higher self. Now and never, all in one, the show of power being present in the moment, of being your own guide, the logical man, and loving yourself all at once at 11:57, which is justice and the 3 of swords, the separation from self. Emotions hit the Emperor, forcing him to see his I am present. The emotions, as the beacon of light, hit the Emperor, forcing him to see his I am presence, and show of power of the guide dance, mastering of thoughts and lovers, self-love, the lover of the beloved, thy higher self, thy twin, and that came up at 12 exactly on the dot. The bewitching hour, when the clock strikes midnight and all bets are off, the wise man's been hung, crucified by his own friend's betrayal. But his twin never left his side, searching the kingdom after for just the right foot, but it was the left foot he'd been looking for all along, the frog to the prince, and cinder, Ella. Cinder equals residual of coal or wood, an ember, any strong stimulant added to tea, in order to toggle up. Ella equals she or else. The residual of coal being a diamond, of course, and the residual of wood, petrified, divine masculine. So the iguana comes up because it was very interesting here. There was a symbol that came up in the beginning of my read. So I want you to see this first, all right? So see this. I'm going to get my little finger here. So when I wrote the colon here for the read here, you see how I outlined this S, this backward S here? I don't know why I did that. I did that today. But then the symbol here, these two X's came up, and I'm going to explain them to you. It's like an X, but one line of the X is a backward S, and then the other line of the X is the regular straight line. And I'm going to tell you what that means. It came up because of AI, that acronym. And there's a whole lot of definitions for AI, some of them being crab, foot, whether, if, always, constantly, ever, habitually, who, nobody, I, the letter I, whole, opening, lid, tip, water, yes, still, his father, would, to have, garlic, of, come, ouch, oh, no way, huh, geez, hey, ow, pain, fear, surprise, the friend, high, tall, headlight, seed, we, us, but not you, exclusive, to have sexual intercourse or copulate, penis, that he, all right, that's U.S. slang, and then the three-toed sloth came up in Venezuela and Brazil. So those are all meanings for the same acronym AI, which come from all different languages. But AI also, that's the Latin spelling with an accent over the I. That's the same as the Hebrew spelling of those two X's that I showed you that came up from the backwards S that I wrote around my colon in the beginning of the read. So the AI, it's the two, they mean two words together. It means, AI means toward and there. It's like a celebration expressing joy and glee. But it's more than that as I got more into it. So there's two parts of the those two X's and the AI. The AI is Latin and the XX is in Hebrew. And they come up from Vulgar Latin as AD and IBI with a long I sound over the second I. So the ad means toward or to, and the ibai means there, so toward there, which literally means journey, right? And that's what both of those symbols mean, that XX and the AI, which normally you'd think of AI as artificial intelligence. But here it is as the journey toward there. So what came up was very interesting in the definitions of those two pieces of the word, the ad and the ibai. And by the way, iguana came up at 1212, so that was very significant here. So the ad is toward and ibai is there. The XX, the Hebrew, with the backslash is the straight line, and then the forward slash is the S of these two X's. And there was also then a relationship coming up to the swastika, which is also four parts, the emperor. But the swastika, if you notice, is just an embellished X, the letter X. So there's some connections there as far as symbolism. Also, if you take the two X's and take the S part out of the line part of the backslashes, you get SS11, which is safety and security of the root chakra, and then the truth and balance of the 11, justice. And then for me, when I do things like that, they cancel each other out on both sides because they're the same, and then we come down to 0 point. So that was very interesting. This symbolism is very important. And then when you take the AI and combine the A and the I with the accent over it, it literally becomes the scythe, which is another 0 point energy, right? Cutting out everything you don't need. But it's also like the 0 with a door that opens into the C, the Christ consciousness. So it was very cool the way that came up. So the ad equals advertisement, name, fame, reputation, advantage, story, I, they, them, fire, doo-doo, ew, bleh, hell, and underworld. The ibai, it's IBI, means yesterday, in that place, there, sin, water, to kill, to be reconciled with, to be friendly, of one mind, to agree, and also the iguana, which is lizard. You see? So those two parts of the word that equal that XX and the AI are like fire and water, which are desire and emotion, coming together. Hell and to kill or sin, toward there, all part of the journey. I, they, and them, and then the lizard as one. Name, fame, reputation, and story, and to be reconciled with, of one mind. So you see how your name is false. It's not really who you are, your love. So your name is being put in the same category with fame, reputation, and story. It's all the false. And then to be reconciled with in sin in order to clear. And then doo-doo, bleh, and ew come together with yesterday because it's yesterday's news, right? So sin is also being grouped with yesterday, what's in the past. But you notice that sin and water are in the same definition as well. Sin and water, to kill. So you notice that when we define things across the world, they rebalance each other out because across the world, they may have polarized definitions. The same word can mean polar opposites depending on where you are in the world. There's always a way to neutralize the polarization of definitions and meanings, as well as our journey. And then our journey, we are put here to experience desire and emotion, hell and sin, I am and them, the separation, and the lizard, your story, and then to work your way back to one mind, love, and reconcile or make peace with, making peace with yourself as you work your way back to love as a human. But that's the experience. You're supposed to experience that. So then we get right into this read. It starts with the Six of Cups reversed. So the Six of Cups, the children are hugging each other in this deck on the top there. And then the four cards beneath it are the Four of Pentacles upright, the Ace of Cups upright, the Three of Swords reversed, and then the Five of Wands reversed. Happy memories, kids, and twins. After holding on, saving, grounding, becoming practical with self-love and new love, healing and forgiving, a losing battle, ending the conflict, the game over, running away from choosing a new path or the twin flame journey, an expression of joy, coming together, impatient fallen angel, present with no peace of mind. Home and union, detoxing, doing shadow work, separating the wheat from the chaff, to get to the truth and present the whole truth, to triumph over lack of peace and stuck in your mind. Defenseless to new love presented, looking over the balcony or out the window, expressing love to the Hierophant or God, Taurus, marriage, a religion, establishment, or a community, social standards. With the gate opening to new suffering and silence or purging, crying at night or not sleeping well, as the Knight of Pentacles is reversed, down, stubborn, lazy, refusing to move or walk or disabled, or doesn't have to work, or unable to at the moment, or just on strike. Outside looking in to make peace, but too lazy to open the door for them, or refusing to get up for church or work, or late for work, and friend wakes you to remind you. Or after release from prison, whether it's real or self-induced, anxiety and fears, offering love to the Hierophant upright, waving peace, like the peace sign, but a child may be sick or lazy or didn't sleep well last night, so they're not coming out to play. The gate's open, but no one to play or work with. The Hierophant is out, perhaps making door-to-door calls, showing up at the Empress reverse and the Emperor upright, and a Hermit reverse to say hello, but not welcomed in. Perhaps the Emperor is willing to talk to the Hierophant, but the Empress reverse and the Hermit reverse are staying in, sick, in lack, and or going crazy over isolating. Perhaps Aries Taurus irritated with Virgo Taurus, or Aries and a Taurus with Virgo reversed and a Taurus reversed. Four power players, perhaps religious leader coming to give counsel to the Emperor upright and the Empress reversed with Hermit reversed between them. perhaps a grown child living at home causing issues between their parents, or a third-party situation, or elderly parent losing their mind and facilitator of healthcare is coming to review them. Whether mental illness, physical disability, or depression, the Empress reversed without a heart, no feminine side, and the Emperor with snakeskin boots, all about his pride, and the Hermit not shining their light. Perhaps the family didn't show up at church or temple, and the leader came out to check on the family. New love comes up here, and beneath that was let your friends help you. The Emperor's upright, out, seeing it for what it is. The Emperor being silenced, muzzled, forced to keep to himself, or he's forcing others to shut their pie hole. No more flirting, showing of their muscle competition, or casual sex. Not caring about their partner's feelings, depressed, perhaps drinking at home, perhaps watching soap operas or porn or 50 Shades of Grey or home movies, or someone used to be a porn star and watching old movies and the kids walk in. Boobs and butts, cleavage all over the place, or dirty magazines found. No more coming home to depression or a drunk. No more putting aside the truth for a casual roll in the hay with a simple flash of a cleavage, mooning their butt, down on all fours, pulling hair, S&M. Whether videos, magazines, or deviant sex practices, kids are now seen, and kids practice what their parents preach, or go to extremes when parents restrict fully or are too strict. The Emperor kept quiet, or keeping others quiet about it, may be all out there now. At 131 is the Magician and the 31 of the Five of Wands. There's a happy ending here with 93, which the reflection of which is the Knight of Cups, and then beneath that was Surrender, which is 91, the reflection being 19, the Sun. So there's a breakup or no affection here, no touching, a student or opportunity to learn, start a new project, invite from an ex, to the King of Cups reversed and King of Swords upright, or don't know who the father is. The Knight of Pentacles helping, or the lookout for the Magician spying on Rapunzel, suffering in silence. The coast is all clear. The Magician is the wise owl looking in at Rapunzel at her window, checking in on her in bed, sick, tired, purging, or not sleeping, suffering in silence. Perhaps a new wave of energy coming through. Perhaps the Magician is a transformer, remote view, and astral traveler. Perhaps dropping in from time to time as the traveler on a bunny and 2 ladybugs. The Magician looks like they're getting irritated with those who won't do for themselves, like he's the only one who can do it, the superhero. The King of Swords with 2 kids, or younger workers, the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. No love loss that he must care for the King of Cups reversed, and or daughter who are perfectly able to do so for themselves. Or the King of Swords is manifesting big time, or a child who now is, or making restitution for wrongdoing in the past, or perhaps kids are taking over some check-in duties on the grandparents, etc., for the King of Swords, the Divine Masculine, or one purging at night with the King of Cups reversed, son, uncle, father, etc., where the Knight of Pentacles was helpful before, now they may not be. The Divine Masculine's heart in love, healing, after conflict or games, twins feeling each other's sadness or purging, missing each other, or kids who are. Purging happy memories and now no movement, the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Hermit reversed, or a child who has the same issue as their parent, unable to see their harsh reality, holding tongue or lashing out, verbally abusive, but not happy ending. But I think that's supposed to be now happy ending. So someone's lashing out and being verbally abusive, but now there is a happy ending. The recent past, let me just correct that so I don't forget. So the recent past here is the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn, lazy, or unable to work, or unable to move on at night, starting over in love, in a breakup or without affection, post-fight, a battle, or a losing game, with the Queen of Swords reversed, being strong, the Divine Masculine left behind, out in the cold, resisting, carrying too heavy a load, hard labor, or lots of hospital or office visits, or a Leo or ego between the divine masculine and divine feminine, pacifying the beast. Him hurting himself in a beautiful divine connection with happy family ending, inspired by the Empress reversed with some independence now, or the Page of Wands and sovereign teen child helping out or living with the Empress reversed to help out at 158, which is the Magician, and the Four of Swords, which can be connecting in the 5D, or just taking a break, or laying something to rest. So the divine feminine is carrying the weight of the world for the divine masculine in partnership with another woman, and happy family, or a woman who pacifies him, and he considers that emotional fulfillment. While kids wait on Empress reversed hand and foot, the Page of Wands no longer fighting it, with the Queen of Swords reversed and the Empress reversed broken up with or without affection, indecisive and independent older child who perhaps helps out at night. Or at night they are independent so they don't have to worry about that child, and starting over in love with an ill mother, not offering any affection, and the Page of Wands son perhaps at their side or a source of inspiration. So the foundation here is the Two of Cups upright, which is coming up as the twins and or kids offering love to each other post-war and or apologies. The divine feminine offering love and the divine masculine receiving that love. Twins or kids implementing a plan but losing hope post-war with PTSD and looting going on. Needing to heal, the King of Swords reversed, but offer of love is holding him up, supporting him. The central energy is the Great Wheel upright, where destiny is here. The Hangman is upright, hanging out, offering time, money, and energy, and perhaps stuff to dysfunctional family or business, legacy or community, or those financially hurting, or giving clothes away and other donations, keeping it quiet or to themselves at the workplace, not wanting to cause jealousy from others. Holding tongue and working really hard, or holding back an announcement, which is really hard to do, a burden. The challenge being guidance, or the Hierophant, Buddha and Sphinx, self-fulfillment in not sharing, or just being satisfied with debt, scam, imbalance, inequity of the relationship, learning to just be at peace with whatever is. Resting, praying, meditating, keeping quiet, walking away and within from frustration and or the inability to control their third energy or conceive of it, or just sexual frustration and or creative blocks, or finding satisfaction without sex, or in other words, abstinence. Connecting without message or with negative self-talk, spying, lying, or childish behavior and or words, or potty mouth, or hoping a connection will be a good example for this negative child. The King of Pentacles reversed is suffering in silence, stressed out, or up at night, purging, not being able to sleep well, no growth, and frustration in the aftermath of sudden event, epiphany, and or orgasm. At workplace and no peace of mind, the Page of Pentacles is learning about coming together in joy and detoxing, or Capricorn reversed, with Hermit reversed now coming out, or Virgo reversed, offering their time, money, and effort, donations, or a new life to a clingy child, or never-ending story of the Page of Cups, innocent child, or message of love, puppy love, and or Jesus. Crazy Devil and their crazier advisor at 219, which is the High Priestess and the Sun, making an offering after death of a child or perhaps a miscarriage. At 220, which is the High Priestess and the Judgment, now for the masculine is the Six of Swords reversed, no peaceful place to go. The Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands reversed are in energetic exchange, expressing feelings with each other, perhaps sexual energy of the Emperor upright starting over in love, but suffering in silence or stressed out, or purging at night, or with Rapunzel, or just stressed out finding happiness alone, destined to start fresh, a new business perhaps for those without peace, or perhaps a father or Emperor or Libra with the Page of Pentacles child, and the mother is with the Queen of the Queen of Wands reversed with the Page of Cups child. So it could be two children being split between their parents. The Queen of Wands reversed may be sexually frustrated and expressing it a lot verbally, and no peace of mind between them. Impatient or fallen angel in the aftermath of events at work, and no fantasy mirror or girl healing the King of Wands upright, being stubborn with sovereign, which can be a child, or the King of Wands is healing with two kids, the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Sovereign upright. Dysfunctional family or just no party there, no peace, but there is self-love and new love, which is a burden to him. Getting caught with their pants down, the Knight of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed, freeing themselves from prison, anxiety, and fear as a new student and coming together with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Hierophant all bulked up, old man, and the King of Swords, perhaps with a third party, now letting one go, all hiding their faces, while the Knight of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed, free from crazy kids or overexposure, perhaps sick, tired, or in need of sunshine, and the Queen of Pentacles is upright, with the High Priestess upright, secret or psychic abilities. The Queen of Pentacles